child trafficking in the Palisades in Malibu. Shout out to Sister Allie Carter. She exposed this months ago. So we're living in a world where State Farm was canceling insurance home policies back in early 2024 for fires. So how is it that they know a year in advance that the place is gonna fucking burn down? So there is no conspiracy. The only conspiracy are the people that are left on this planet that want to keep you in the same mindset that they left your grandfather, who really didn't get to find out shit because they worked him to death. Your father, who really didn't get to find out shit because he grew up in the crack era. We are the last hoorah for the kids to know really what's going on. I don't want my son growing up watching these celebrity women and 50% of them are transgenders. Stop with this nonsense, man. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It'd be funny when it's time to have a critical thinker cap on, and now all of a sudden motherfuckers want to act like I'm the fucking problem because I'm actually listening to what they're saying and poking holes in their shit. Just like if somebody was giving me the opposite motherfucking narrative, I'd be poking holes in their shit as well. So relax, bro. So I mean that chicken is spitting out the bone. That's why I mean that. That's why I mean that.
Please don't swallow. I'm just Olympic plays in it with the wildfires. When you think about it, in 4 years with them having that shit there, do you feel like they get a lot of that to grab that land and develop it to get that shit ready for the Olympics? If you notice, before Olympics come, the cities in the United States, like when it came to Atlanta, man, they was locking everything up, changing everything up before that shit came. Now that it's happening in California, you're starting to see this real estate, the rental properties go up and everything already for February. They're talking about how the rent's going to be through the roof and everything's going to be through the roof. It's almost as if this shit is by design. And I'm sure you guys heard the reporter who made that fraudulent slip on the thing when he said, we started the fires. Did anybody hear that? When he said that on that interview? Or am I the only one who heard that? Anybody in here? You got kind of quiet.
I ain't hear that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll find the interview and put it in the link where the guy basically said we started the fires. I don't know if he meant to say that, but it was like, hold on, I'm a find it. I'm gonna post the link, and then I'll get back to y'all. I'm gonna find it.
Right. You remember, that's just like when Obama was on TV and he accidentally slipped up and called Michelle Michael. Coincidentally, that's his real name, Michael. You know, you can't hide it. The Most High will always bring it out, even out of his devil.
Sure. Yeah, man, I hear all the conspiracy theory, man. Y'all got a lot of time on your hands, man. This sound crazy right here. This shit sound kind of wild. I'm gonna hold you.
Well, it goes all the way back to JFK and his assassination. The LBJ video came out yesterday. It was LBJ that contracted to kill JFK. And from JFK, we go to 9/11. 2 planes can't bring down 3 skyscrapers. And then we got to go to the ZAV and the CVD-19. You can't even say the words out loud still. I still got a Pfizer bill up my ass. I got to go get my updated booster. It's all a scam, Lord Jesus.
Hey, bro, you need to do comedy, man. You need to do that shit on a bigger scale. I almost look at conspiracy, the word like conning the spear. You're conning the spear with a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? So I try not to go down the rabbit hole too deep, but some of this stuff is kind of obvious, man. You can see that it's a play for land, man. There's a lot of land being acquired through these wildfires by certain entities. This is not by accident. This is not by some random shit. This is to acquire land. This is a power grab. You know what I mean? So it's a lot going on, man, and we can see it in real time.
You can see it in real time on YouTube. Type in Ellen, Michael Obama's dick is swinging.
And y'all gotta stop with that woman.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. Shots have some keys in the pocket. Y'all out the mind.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop calling that woman Mike.
It's not fake. It's alchemy. They are practitioners of the dark arts.
It's 2025. We're gonna call
So
people.
now I can't go on stage as a woman and dance with some keys in my. So you're saying now a woman can't go on stage with some keys in the pocket and start.
Have you been to the Michael Obama and Michelle Obama?
Landslide. How do you
Hey,
suspect
hey,
with these theories? But you know, those were keys. Those were keys. She didn't have a pockets. He had a dress on. Stop that
No, she
bullshit.
didn't have a dress on. She didn't have a dress on. I'm watching it right now. She got
He
pants
had
on.
a blue.
No, she got pants on. Look at her doing a 2C step right now.
Michael was on Ellen 2 times. The one in the
So
blue
which one is
dress.
it then?
I'm sorry you're infatuated with keys in the pocket, but that was his
Man,
dick.
That's
No
the woman,
diddy.
bro. You
No
That's a
diddy.
woman.
That's a man. And you would bet your life on it and kiss him. See, that's how I know you're a landslide. I'm getting off your ride.
You just seen the girl's pictures when she was in elementary school. Man.
It was the forerunner to the LGBTQ movement. They were early innovators in trans love. What the fuck? Where do you? 2025, trans is everywhere. You think this is made up? No, this shit's real. That's why the cult, they brought them to power because of their magic ritual of uniting the first trans African American ADOS with the first LGBTQ ADOS. They constitutionalists, baby. Freedom of trans.
I can't even follow that shit out. That's just so fucking funny. I'm gonna mute the rest of the day. That's hilarious. Cause that's how motherfuckers be sounding for real, man. It's like
That's a fact.
the ridiculous shit that people be saying sounds just like what my man was saying. He's on the money.
Just say y'all scared, man. Y'all niggas is scary. That's all I'm gonna
Why
say.
you say that, J.R. Lee? What you mean?
Because they want everything to be a whole conspiracy. Stop putting that jacket on me, bro. Stop putting that jacket on me. Stop putting that jacket on me. Anyways, like respectfully, stop putting that jacket on me. But yeah, like y'all sound scary, man. 2025 ain't no different than 2024, 2023, acting like everything's gonna be exposed, like you ain't know last year what the fuck was going on, and it's the same shit that's going on this year. That's my thing with you.
Right. So the government admitting UFOs is real now, and so they were doing that in the past too. Landslide.
Yeah, niggas always know UFOs, but that's the whole. So niggas didn't. Hold on. So niggas didn't know that Area 51 existed? Is that what we saying in 2023 and 2022?
What I said was the government is coming out on TV. They weren't doing this before. They said anyone who said anything about Area 51 was a nutbag. Bob Lazar, they ruined his whole career. Philip Schreiner, they suicided him. William Cooper, they killed him. Stephen Copley, they took him out. So what are you talking about?
I thought we not supposed to trust the government. I thought we not supposed to trust the government.
The government is admitting UFOs, IFOs, identified flying objects are real, hybrid, interdimensional. They're holding congressional hearings on this, and here you go. It's just the same thing like every other year. Landslide bullshit.
Hey, man, you know what I learned, bro? What I learned is that when I see it,
You sound like you're trying to be a rapper. Landslide, what do you do for a living? Are you a rapper? You sound like you want to be in the entertainment industry. I guarantee you're one of them want to be hip hop niggas. The Illuminati's not real. Stop with that bullshit.
Hold on. One mic on Landslide. Like, I don't mind y'all getting y'all shit off, but we can't be screaming on
know what the fuck is out there. But I do know I ain't seen none of that shit. So I'm not gonna.
Well, you ain't looking close enough. You need a microscope. Look at a mosquito. I looked at a mosquito this summer. That shit's not from this planet.
No, wait. I'm gonna let you land. I'm gonna tell you why. Go ahead.
No, what I mean by that is this. I'm learning to live my life.
A mosquito.
What I see for myself, what I know for myself. Now, if I look outside and I see that shit, then it's a different conversation. But what I'm not gonna do is talk about ghosts, aliens, spooks, and shit that I haven't seen. I'm dealing with the reality of what I see out my eyes, bro. I'm not saying that ain't the truth for somebody else. Somebody else, that might be a truth for them. But for me, I'm learning to live my life through my own lenses and not through other people's lenses anymore. Because when you let all these different lenses cloud your vision, you fuck your own eyesight up. So I'm living on my shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody say if I ain't seeing that shit. I don't give a fuck about poltergeist and you see ghosts and you heard spirits coming down steps.
But did you see the Tucker Carlson interview where Barack Obama got his dick sucked and smoked some crack up at Six Flags Great America?
Nah, so like I said, I'm from Miami, bro. So I don't know if y'all heard the shit about the shit on Bayside with the shit with the little some shit, the flying saucer. You can look this shit up. The shit it was right on the news, man. It's like I said, bro. I feel like all this shit that we got lately, like these electronics and all this shit already been here, bro. So I can't. That's why I say. That's why I believe it's aliens, bro. Because
I'm not saying you're wrong, Sam. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, I'm learning to live my life through my own lens, bro. Because what it is you hear millions of motherfuckers with different opinions and different.
Man, you gotta travel more. Go to Taiwan and look at how they make the semiconductors. Because that shit, alien technology, and those Chinese people are in control of it, and we just addicted to using it.
I'm saying some real shit. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, well, bro, it's a lot of unexplained shit that's out there, and I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong or none of that shit. All I'm saying is I got too much to deal with on my everyday life that to sit here and keep going down rabbit holes is gonna drive me crazy and have me taking motherfucking purposes. I'm just dealing on reality, dealing on what the fuck I industry. Now, I'm not saying a motherfucker didn't walk out their door and see ET. I'm not saying that shit ain't they true. All I'm saying is in my life, I ain't seen none of that shit. I don't know nobody that's seen none of that shit, and I'm not gonna entertain that shit. Now, the day I walk outside and I see it's the men in black and I see motherfucking aliens and shit outside, it'll be a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? But now, all that shit is a distraction from reality for me. But I land.
Now, let me say this right there. I see your hand waving on the go back. So my thing is with the government, right? I hear all these conversations about how we shouldn't be trusted the government. Yet now, when the government confirms our bias, now the government is somehow trustworthy, right? So it's like, which one is it? Is the government trustworthy or not? But go ahead, Thea. Go ahead. You could go ahead and come off mic.
Thank you.
Popcorn, y'all.
No, I definitely do see where I was coming from, but I do think that it's just like, it's also, what are the people that you put yourself around? Because you might not see it, you might not study it, but there's lots of things that don't come on the news that most Americans don't know because they don't bother to look into it and they don't study it. So you might not be able to see it, but these people that spend 10, 20 years or their whole life studying it and put millions of dollars into studying it, they can see it because they're around it. So, I mean, there's lots of things that we don't see. Just like he said, there's lots of things that our government doesn't let us see. Do you think our military is letting us know what type of weapons and shit they have? What type of mind control bullshit access they have? No. So it's like, it's really obtuse, I feel, for us to say if I don't see it, it doesn't exist.
What you think?
It don't exist. I never said that it don't exist. I don't know.
What you think this app is? The government buying the data on this app, otherwise it'd be out of business.
Hey, all I'm saying is I'm not saying it don't exist, does exist. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not disputing the truth that someone else may have or the research that they may have done, they found whatever they found. I'm just learning. I got enough to deal with in my own personal life that I'm not going to let this shit run me nuts on shit I haven't seen. You know what I mean? I'm dealing on my reality. I'm dealing on my truth. I'm not saying nobody's wrong. I'm not saying if you walk outside right now and there's a disc hovering over your fucking house and you see big-headed Martian men coming out of it, that's your truth. I haven't seen that shit. I'm not gonna sit here and argue and debate over some
Well,
shit.
stop talking and take action. I'm recruiting a new African-American Buffalo Soldier Army, and we are going to the Getty Museum, and we are going to liberate those poor little white children, black children, brown children, Asian children, caramel children. We are going to free them from these sexual deviant terrorists destroying this nation in the name of Jesus, Lord.
Agent, you gotta pick your own. It's a little better, brothers. Try not to talk over people. So, Hug, I understand exactly what you're saying, right? Because, I'm sure you got people that depend on you, people you're responsible for. And, you're basically saying that, like, I got enough trying to work to show up as the best person I can be in my situation. So all this other shit that, I hear other people talk about, but I haven't experienced myself, I'm not going to concern myself with it, right? And I think that's really what gets down to the core. See, people like Daya, right? I can tell Daya, like, she reads a lot of books, right? And she's so focused on the books she's reading that she's not able to look up and see the pole that she's about to run into, right? Because she's so focused on being a
round thing, so to speak, and that in the end, people will be rewarded, and some will be punished, whatever. But the people who suffered and the people who were wronged, that all of that will be routed, so to speak. And
Alhamdulillah.
Without there being what was that?
I said Alhamdulillah. Why did they kick me?
Butterfly, I don't want you to think that. My bad, I'm going at you, but I don't think
one at a time, man. It's 20v1 right now, man.
I never said it was dumb. I just said I thought it was a little bit obtuse to say that it doesn't exist if we can't see it.
See, and that's my problem with people like Daya, a little obtuse. We know what a little obtuse makes. We know what the word a little obtuse means. We know what that phrase means, okay? Especially when you got girls together.
That's why I used to use words
I like
like
this
this.
convo, Ali. I like this shit.
What's real though? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen an alien, young lady?
Have you ever seen a man dress up as a woman, have a penis between his legs, and say, "Call me a woman"?
If I could respond to that, if you never saw a serial killer, would you believe they existed? You don't know serial killers.
Killers are real thing. I'm talking about.
Okay, that's my point.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
If you did not listen. If you did not know, let's say you grew up in shelter, you didn't grow up around this shit. Now listen. So just because I look on the news and see people on the other side of town, well, that's not my reality. I don't know any serial killers. I've never seen a serial killer, so serial killers don't exist. That is the stupidest way of thinking on the planet. No, it's the same thing we're talking about.
That's totally
Just
different.
because you didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'll land on that.
So here's what I have to push back, right?
We talking about apples and oranges with that. I mean, I hear you on the serial killer thing. I'm saying, me sitting here saying the Loch Ness Monster was walking down my street. Some shit like that, bro. I'm not talking about reality. That shit that everyone knows is reality, bro. We know shit.
You never seen a 6'3" black man looking like a football player dressing up as a woman?
When we talking about ET and shit hovering over your house, I'm asking you, how many of you motherfuckers have seen that?
Now, Hug, that's a very good point. But I will give you this. I have not seen them. But the woman that gave me birth on this planet has.
I have too. They were at the Democratic National Committee doing abortions, trying to get Kamala, another high priestess witch of the Satanic Order, into the White House.
Hey, Adrian, you got a picture
Chicago Cheeseburger is the number. You guys know he won Troll of the Year, I think like 3 years in a row. He is the number one. There's nobody better than him on
Yeah, he had to pick his spot, so I see why why he lost last year. You gotta pick your spots, dog. Pick your spots, man. Stop talking over
I picked my spot.
Your ass is crazy.
Donald Trump is in office. Kamala Harris was a priest witches. You know she was in the goddamn occult. She is bred and made for that position. She a fucking Satanist with all the Satanists in Hollywood. San Francisco, Washington, D.C. It's a big party and you ain't in it.
Talking that shit, man.
Hey, even about his Richard Pryor, he's so fucking fun. Like this motherfucker right here. I have to be real. You know what you have to tell for this garbage to put this shit on the stage somewhere, bro. Like that's a skit right there. The conspiracy motherfucker that talk this shit that he's doing. Like that's how motherfuckers really do be sounding for real.
Yeah, don't encourage him to talk over people, though, man. Stop talking over people, Adrian.
My bad. You said popcorn style. I was gonna throw some popcorn.
Yeah, it's popcorn, nigga. Not step on my feet, nigga. Come on, now. Let these niggas talk. All right, go ahead. Yeah. So listen, man. Right. When it comes to the little green alien motherfuckers that King Thea Animal talking about, man, like I just don't know why y'all trust the government so much on them when you yourself have never seen them. You know what I'm saying? And like it's just like how much time are you gonna spend on another nigga's life? You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's has no effect on yours. Like, let's keep it real, right? Let's keep it a buck. Like, what Rihanna and Justin Bieber are doing got no like situation on your situation. Like, they're not gonna make your situation any less or any more situated than it already is. And that's why I feel like I understand what you say. Like, if you don't want to go to a Diddy freak off party, then like, what the fuck does that got to do with you? And like, why are you making conspiracy theories about it? You know what I'm saying? Like you never got to hug Michelle Obama. So how would you know she was a man or a woman? You know what I'm saying? You never seen Michelle Obama. You know what I mean? You never talked to Michelle Obama. So how you know she's a man or what? It's just all sounds very fugazi. It sounds like lazy scholarship. Honestly, it just sounds.
You think Joan Rivers would lie to her adoring public?
Yeah, see, that's good timing right there. I like that, Adrian. See, I caught the pause. Yeah, man, I think she would lie. I think the government lies. At least that's what people like King and Thea tell me, is that the government lies, but now I'm supposed to believe them because they want to agree with what y'all believe. Like, this shit crazy.
I don't think that we should.
We did not say agree with the government. The point was about me bringing that up, was me showing you that now in 2024, 2025, all the things that they were calling conspiracy theories in the past, they are admitting to now. So I don't trust the motherfuckers either way. You know what I do trust? I trust the people that are on the ground that are God-fearing people. So I'll give you an example. Wow, everyone, you're telling people that these things have no bearings on their life. Well, if you go to my boy Dane Calloway's channel, it's on YouTube real fast. He's got his last 2 videos are about the LA fires. I want you to see the footage that he has. And he's had this footage ran through for CGI to make sure that anything he puts out is authentic. They have UFOs, drones, etc. coming out of the LA fires. So when people like Landslide tell you that these kind of things don't have any bearing on your life, they're being disingenuous, okay? Because the truth is that if Justin Bieber can get child trafficked, if Allie Carter can get child trafficked, then what's to keep your regular child from getting snatched up and thrown into one of these rings? See, they're not just exposing Hollywood, they're exposing child trafficking to the highest levels, which leads to California, Los Angeles, the Palisades. The sister Allie Carter said 60 days ago that when P. Diddy went into jail, that he would tell on everyone and they would burn California down because of the safe houses that they have for child trafficking. See, this is the problem, is that I agree with what Landslide and Hug are saying. Trust me, I do. I would rather believe it from your side of the coin. But you have to now start looking at things from the opposite side of the coin, because we're not just people. I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not just a person that comes on this application with a lot of time on I have put over 20 years into this research. And a few of those years were in my young, dumb 20s, where I was selling dope to my own community, where I was running in the streets, and I was just waking myself up. So you are right. I had a lot of fucking time on my hands to dissect through this system. And I'm telling you that
You bend your knee and get to work, ho.
Henry Fuller.
Let me Google that for you. I am the link. Bitch, make me. I don't need to. I don't need to. You bend your knee. You bend your knee without even being asked.
So these caverns, these deep underground military bases,
Bend your knee
the
without
drones
even
coming
being
out of
asked.
the ocean, the drones and the
Bend
UFOs
your
showing
knee
up
and get to
inside
work,
of the
huh?
LA fires.
You bend your knee
This
without even
is
being
not
asked.
conspiracy. Go to Dane Calloway's channel. Check out the last 2 videos he has on the fires. You will see the UFOs and IFOs coming out of the fire, acting as a
Good
buffer.
teacher.
I don't know what's going on, but you would be a fool to put your head in the sand like a peacock or whatever puts their head in the fucking sand and say, oh, well, that has no bearing on my life. Yeah, until your area is the next area that they run a drill in. Last thing, we're in Chicago, right? I'm in Illinois. Do you guys know that there was a high-rise building where a black lady found, she runs the HVAC company. She goes into this high-rise because this is where she has a contract at. She goes inside of one of the empty apartments. She's supposed to be cleaning this whole floor. Well, this door was locked. This door wasn't supposed to be locked. She had the keys to it. She unlocks the door, goes in. She finds C4. She finds rifles. She finds police uniforms. She finds firefighter uniforms. She finds ambulance people's gear. She basically finds all the gear you would use in some kind of a disaster. There was a sniper rifle that was in there. The lady is freaked out. So she calls the authorities. You know what's crazy about it is when the situation was over, they told her that all of the stuff was fake. Wow. See, this is the problem with the world we live in. We don't know the Hollywood scene from the Hollywood actors because there are crisis actors that come on your news now. They will act out a whole scene and you will look at it and think this thing is real because they put it on fucking CNN or they put it on MSNBC or they put it on Fox. And the truth is, everybody that was being filmed is a crisis actor, a CIA agent. This has happened. Black Lives Matter used them. I'm telling you, our government uses them. And they used to put the ads on Craigslist. I found a few of them where they were asking for crisis actors around the time that the insurrection was happening with Mike Brown in St. Louis. So when I went to St. Louis, rest in peace to Darren Seals, the real founder and leader of Black Lives Matter. They murdered him and his brother because he was exposing the fact that Black Lives Matter came into town and was just funneling all the money into themselves, and they took over the whole movement. They were controlled by not black people. Every single move that they made hurt the black people, and they took all the money out of the community. This is how Black Lives Matter people are living in super mansions right now and got $20-30 million yachts and, you know, all kind of expensive shit. So the conspiracy days are over. All you have to do is go looking for it. And if you don't want to look for it, don't try to tell the people that do the work and the research that we are crazy because your ass didn't want to do the real work. Let's go.
I'm gonna say, y'all niggas is racist.
Blind day, right?
Blind D, right?
Yeah, I just want to say, I'm saying shout out to D. I was in Ferguson too, so I can shout out to D. I can kind of echo his sentiment on the Darren Seals thing, but he didn't start Black Lives Matter. He had Hands Up, Don't Shoot. That was his organization. You know what I'm saying? He was found dead in the car. You know what I'm saying? So.
And they killed his little brother too. Remember, his little brother knew everything he knew. And they killed his little brother, shot him in the head, burned the car up the same way they did Darren Seals. Rest in peace to that brother. That was a good friend of mine. Friend of mine.
Yeah, King D was the homie. So, some of the other stuff, I don't know where to begin, man. Some of the other stuff is, Ted Gunderson wrote a book. He was an FBI agent, a special investigative unit in Los Angeles. He wrote a book about the child sex trafficking and satanic ritual abuse of children. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the name of the book. I'll look it up here in a minute. But you should read the book. It's a hell of a book. He goes into the tunnels and all the stuff connected to elementary school.
Thank you, D-Wayne. You're dropping jewels. Keep going, man. My bad for interrupting. You're dropping jewels. Cool.
So Ted Gunderson, he read this. That's the first time I heard about it when I read his book. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do believe in the tunnels. I do believe it's something behind the fires. Now when the brother brought up Dane Calloway, me and Dane had our little issues because I was bringing up some of the pseudo claims he was making. So I'm not gonna go with nothing Dane Calloway produced, but he is definitely a good video editor because he went to school for that. You know what I'm saying? Film production. So he's definitely amazing at that shit. But information wise, he's not that good at that. But yeah, we do gotta look into the California fires, though. It's interesting because a lot of the cities that were catching on fire, they weren't even connected. So it's obviously somebody was starting the fires because they're not even connected. So it's not like it's fire rolling over from one county or one city to the next. It was literally popping up in different areas. You know what I'm saying? And some of the areas were in Ted Gunderson's book. So that is interesting. You see what I'm saying? Like, I did find that very suspect. That is definitely suspect. So get the book. I'll post the book in the chat here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He even wrote a letter to when he was retired to the FBI field office. It's on the University of Texas website. I had to find it to the University of North Texas. You know what I'm saying? .edu. So it's a crazy criminal. So it's a college website. So it's definitely something to look into. There's definitely something to be suspicious about. All of the do we trust the government? No. Do we trust their version of whatever they try to put out? We probably should. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they're coming out about UFOs and stuff like that, which don't necessarily mean aliens because they haven't even talked about necessarily contact with aliens yet, but they have talked about unidentified objects in the sky and in the sea. They even talked about some stuff in the sea, so that's why they changed the name for UFO to something else. I forgot the name of it, but they changed the name. So they do talk about.
It's called IFOs now. They went from unidentified flying objects to identified flying objects. The problem is they never told us who identified them.
No, they actually changed the name. It's not even about identified flying objects. It's literally a whole new name. You know what I'm saying? When you actually read the paper, the documents, they changed it to something else totally. But I don't remember what it is, so I'm not even going to try to sit up here and lie and make up something. But yeah, they changed the name. So they do talk about, you know what I'm saying, these unidentified things in the water and the sea and all this other shit. So how much of it can we believe? I don't know, because we know they lie. You know what I'm saying? And so if they are telling the truth, why are you telling the truth now? So it's all that type of shit that's, you know what I mean, that we gotta take in consideration. But I think that at this particular point, we do gotta kind of regroup. You know what I'm saying? As black people, we gotta definitely regroup because, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? As Malcolm said, when white people catch the cold, we catch the flu. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they're going through, it's gonna hit us hardest. So we need to be trying to create more programs and services for the community. You know what I'm saying? In the vein of Darren Seals, who's a modern day activist, a modern day, you know what I'm saying, soldier. The streets brother brought up Robert F. Williams. Darren was in that vein, following that trajectory. You see what I'm saying? That's why he was a threat. You see what I'm saying? Because he could galvanize the streets. He could galvanize the regular person. He had that connection to the people and to the community where people would follow him and listen to him. And so that's what made him a threat. So we do gotta figure something out because we on the verge. They talking about 2050, we'll be a permanent underclass, and we'll be still having crazy conversations about nothing that's been on our mouths and nothing. But right now, you know what I'm saying, we ain't dying neither shit, so I hear with that.
Yeah, man, like y'all killing me today, man. I don't know what to do. Do I trust the government or do I not trust the government? Y'all gotta pick a side. It's again, man, I keep hearing the government being brought up when it comes to them saying aliens exist. What if the government wanted you to believe aliens exist so you wouldn't think demons existed? Right? What if the aliens were actually
Well, you gotta be specific. You can't just say government. It's like saying Israel or the Jews. It's bigotry and stereotype to think individuals or versus agencies. It's individuals that are the problem, and individuals will reap the justice that they sow. That's why I say we form the new Black Union, and we go to the hills, and we go to the tunnels, and we make citizen arrests of these demons.
Yeah, so y'all keep trusting the government, and that's the problem, right? It's like y'all want to distrust the government when they give you an economic development, right?
That boy, what?
They give you a PPP loan, now the government's your best friend, right? Y'all want to distrust the government when it comes to Martin and Malcolm, but once they say aliens exist, now all of a sudden the government is above board. Go ahead, Samaya. Go ahead. Good time to Adrian. I see you working overtime. Go ahead, Samaya.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the government is the problem. I think it's the civilians are the problem. The government is trying its best, but it's they just, what are they supposed to do? If they try to provide welfare, if they try to provide anything for people, it seems like this whole idea of revolution. Look, they're not ready for that type of life. I think there's some fractions of people in America that I believe will be ready for that type of conflict. But I think for the most part, when I see people talk about revolution, are they serious? Like, you want a civil war to break out. Do you know what that means, right? Like, to me, I just think it's very silly when people talk like this, because and the third world knows what this stuff is. They know what a coup is. They know what a war is. I don't understand why places like America want to basically destroy their government and their society that they worked for. And what I mean by that, I mean like just every race of people, white, black, all of them. Because when a country goes into war, you guys are going to be refugees, and then you'll be at the bottom of another society.
I don't think you understand the United States of America. We're already at war. That's how I know you're not from here. We're at war. Ask the people in California.
It's true. It's true. If you American,
$5,000 debit cards, access to
you know that the
$2,000
fight.
weeks, $5,000 per child, benefits that no American has ever gotten. So we're not asking for welfare from our government. Our government cares about foreigners more than it does its own fucking people.
And
That's the problem.
And I don't agree with that. I agree. I do think that a government's function, first and foremost, is the national security and the wellness of their own citizens first, right? So I 100% agree with you. And there's injustice, right? You could look at China, other countries. They care about, their people first. And then if they have something to give, that's just common sense, right? You're not going to invite thousands of people into your house when you don't have anything to give them. But going back to what I'm saying, though, is that how do you fix it? Do you just overthrow? Because look, I'm from Somalia. I'm from a country that overthrew its government. I know what a civil war is. I know what that is. And I'm telling you, it's ugly.
I don't think it's about overthrowing, though. I think it's more about, like, people, and I think for a lot of people it's coming out the wrong way. It's being articulated.
Samia, we're from America, and we know what Civil War is, too. It's called 1865. You should study history.
Adrian, thank you so much.
1865 was supposed to make America get rid of something and then continue on with being America, not destroy it.
Oh, you mean your Civil War is different than the American Civil War, and Civil Wars are different, and all Civil Wars are different?
It had nothing to do with slavery.
I think it's less about trying to overthrow our government, and it's more about just wanting people to be held accountable. So it's like, even outside of just immigration, a lot of Americans are feeling like our government is not doing anything that's in our best interest, but only what's in the interest of their pocket.
What would it look like to hold them accountable? What would accountability
So
look
I
like?
think that a lot of people in general are just attempting to call out the behavior in hopes that the other masses of the in general American population will maybe be like, oh yeah, that's not really right. We don't agree with that. What are we going to do about this? This specific person
What
is
are we
not
gonna
doing
do?
what they're
Yeah, but
supposed to
Dave,
do. Zach, I'm not proposing that this is a
See the
solution. I'm just
war.
trying to articulate this.
no, I hear
Just
you.
the
Dave,
people.
but
Civil
how
war
do you want
equals
to do that?
civilian violence.
I have
I'm
no
just
idea. I
Chicago. See
personally
the
think that
war.
it's absolutely wild to think that there's going to be any type of accountability. I think it's weird that anybody focuses on trying to hold them accountable.
No, they should be held accountable. You deserve that. They
Yeah, but how
deserve
would we
that.
do that?
I think through a non-violence approach, I would think, rather than burning the whole damn thing down. That's what I would think.
And that means do nothing.
Giving states more control, that would help as well. That's what Trump wants. But no one wants to see America implode. Why? It's a beautiful country. You've contributed a lot to the world. Yes, you've done bad. That's empires that they do bad as well. But they do a lot of good. And there's many other countries that rely on America. No one wants America to implode. Actually, no one wants most countries to implode, right? Even the UK, you know? So,
Am I put about it? No one.
sorry.
No, I was asking. Am I part of no one?
Are you saying that you want America to implode?
No, I just said I don't want any
No,
society.
I'm not. I'm referring to the man who just asked if he was part of no one.
Well, I would answer that, Zach, but your PTR look a little fishy. I want to answer that. Why ain't they clean? But you could be at a desk right now. You know what I'm saying?
You got sniped. I sniped.
Okay, yeah, but not that the CIA, FBI, DEA has left her. Heck yeah, I want this sucker to buy. What's wrong with that white boy?
Oh, okay.
He did have that kind of voice, right? I was like, oh shit, who it is?
Well, you don't mind me saying something about this? Like, look, when you look at the entire landscape of what's going on in this country, what's been going on with this country, but especially in the last couple of years, they're letting the people know that they want to bring a certain level of dictatorship and fascism to this country. And, in the fact that, once again, you're sending billions of dollars, and you're sending not only billions of dollars, but you're sending military aid to two fucking wars that have shit to do with this damn country, right? And of course, I have a whole different view on this thing, but I'm just doing it from the surface level. The fact that these last
military or something.
fuck no, I ain't no military. I'm talking about from a religious standpoint. Yes, but the point I'm saying is that because at the end of the day, America's a wicked ass country. But I'm just saying that if we're talking about the country that we're living in and what they're supposed to do for the people in general, right? The fact that they gave so much aid in military and of course financial aid to Israel, to fucking Ukraine, became, mind you, $700 to the people down in California. Right. Oh, and by the way, I believe the disaster that went on with that hurricane last year, right? That affected, I believe, the South, right, or the southeast part of the country. They did nothing
Get
for
your
them,
shit together.
barely, because all the stuff that they gave to
And
them
go-
over there.
and
That
go
to me,
to,
if
the
anything
Horn of
else, is letting
Africa.
the people know they don't give a fuck about them over here. All right. Now
Get
we
your
can
shit
talk about the
together
Democratic and the
and go to the
Republican
Horn
Party
of
and all this other
Africa.
stuff. I'm talking about the Democratic Party and all the stuff that they've been doing. That's definitely something that needs to be addressed, right? Because that is they are beyond degenerate.
Precious Samia.
But when you pull back the curtain and you look at how all of this is nothing but a contrived event, and it's a scripted event with all these things that are going on, you begin to bring out, Shalom Quran, when you begin to realize, man, this whole thing is nothing but a game, and the war is on the people. You're all right. We live in a globalist society. We live in a globalist, a globalist. We're dealing with this globalist agenda. So
they're coming after all people, all citizens. All these proxy leaders, they don't give a shit about nobody. So, as far as the person that was just speaking, the lady, I don't know if you are from America or not, but you gotta look at it from the standpoint. Yeah, America has been a great country, has had its run, it has had a lot of economic success over the last couple decades, up until the last, I would say, 2 decades, going into this last decade. And of course, in the decade that we're currently in today, it definitely had its run, but it's definitely tanking right now. And I would just say this: you have to look at it from the standpoint that the citizens over here, we've been seeing the decline of this country from a moralistic standpoint, from a financial standpoint, and it's not getting better. Right, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that they are doing everything they can to liquidate this country and bring this into a different era that we've never seen before. All right, so that's what I just want to say about that, and just to close on this note, you have to look at it from the standpoint. People over here are seeing the curtains being pulled back, and people are not trusting this government. They're not trusting what's going on over here for a reason.
You have to understand why America is America. It's because we are independent from the old powers of Rome and Europe and Britain. We are independent. We fought and bled and died by the hundreds of thousands and millions for our independence and our freedom, and we will always be free. Rise up, people, and be free.
So hold on, here's the thing though, with the $700, right? I think that shit is just for essential needs. Y'all know y'all can, like, if you're in a disaster, there's other programs that you can apply for, like rental assistance, lodging assistance. I mean, and in regards to Ukraine, I think sometimes we don't understand how we're connected to other countries globally. Right? Like, we know Ukraine produces most of the wheat for the world. A lot of y'all still eating fucking bread and Mac Easty. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you gonna get your Wonder Bread from if Ukraine ain't giving you the wheat that's needed to make it?
There's not even actual wheat in Wonder Bread. I'm just saying.
Well, fair enough.
I wonder what it is, man.
Don't you know about the bread basket of America, Nebraska? Everywhere we grow, we are a beautiful, bountiful country. We don't need this Ukrainian shit wheat. Fuck those motherfuckers.
You say, hold on. Y'all say that until you have a shortage like COVID where you can't even get toilet tissue. But anyways, right? All I'm saying is that, right, is like, I feel us saying that, America XYZ, right? But we gotta acknowledge that, like, we're connected globally. Right? Like, we're connected to more places and more people than we like to acknowledge, and that's why we have to either give support, send our troops there, or even go take over another country, because it does affect you and how you get to live your life in America.
Let me say this. I'm gonna get out the way. I don't know what kind of America y'all kumbayaing for. I don't know what it is. 4 days ago, I seen a laser. I ain't seen the laser. I seen the skyline. And I seen it attack itself. Everybody, and how you know it was an attack is because the government cut the water off. And people couldn't save their houses. That's an attack on itself. Just like 9/11, America attacked itself. Who is going to be responsible? Where's the accountability for that? Like, let's talk about the real issues. Like, who is attacking America and not saying that?
Dr. Bill Gates.
We left in the dark to try to figure out why is this happening. And they're getting passes. Like, you're not supposed to get a pass. The same thing happening here that happened in Mali. They get no one's saying nothing, and everybody know who's doing it, and everybody's scared to talk. Like, can't nobody look somebody in the face and say, hey, 9/11 was an inside job. Look at Building 7. Like, look, this laser's coming down, destroying property. It looked like hell out here. If y'all look at the little clips and stuff, I wasn't in it, but I seen one night the sky light up, and then next thing you know, a minute later, I see a big ass fire. Like, that don't happen here. But it's starting to happen more often. Like, when has, like, there's a lot of land out here. You go out to the, it's a lot of land that's empty land out here, but it's only happening where all of the houses are. Why? But it's not everything in the desert. Nothing is happening. It's all with people. It's not natural. It's not organic. And yeah, I don't know what y'all, man. America has been very wicked, and that's my history of knowing America. I deal with that.
Wildfires have been a recurring issue in California for many years. Like it's a history of that, like since the early 1930s, even like 1990s, 2000s. Like it's been happening for a while. So when you say it's not normal, it's very normal for California to have wildfires.
Did they cancel everybody's fire insurance before all the other fires do?
Yeah, what about the water? They shut off the water?
They probably did.
What does that have anything to do with the history
Well,
of wildfires?
I think that's why he was saying that
We
it's
talk about
an
two
issue.
different things. We're not talking about wildfires. We're talking about cutting off the water. We're talking about an energy weapon. We're talking about, we're not talking about like it get real hot in the summertime.
Yes, way, madam. Yes, way, madam.
And it might take like a whole 2 days to drop. We're talking about it's more overt than that. I mean, we can go there. I've been living out in California. I've been living in Los Angeles 25 years. I know the difference.
Right. So you saying this is more similar to? Go ahead. So you saying this more similar to what was going on? Well,
it's exactly what happened in Maui.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Hold on, Zuka. Go ahead and get in there, brother.
No, I just wanted to, because they were trying to make it as if like I wasn't attacking a particular point he made. You particularly said, I don't even want to be on it for too long, because it's just like a simple point I was trying to make for informational purposes for the room. Some people don't know, they live in California, they don't know anything about America. But you particularly mentioned, I saw like a big red thing, and then all of a sudden there was a fire. That's what I was talking about, normalcy.
You gotta understand, Dr. Albert Einstein and the Manhattan Project, it wasn't just about the atom bomb. They made a direct energy weapon. They got a Zionist satellite floating above your house right now that could obliterate you in a flash of light like that.
Please stop yelling.
Yo, who is that?
Please stop yelling.
That nigga dead serious. He is dead serious. You sound like you want to be a civil rights leader.
It's not going to change your point. Please stop yelling.
Hey, Adrian, don't let them cut off your hustle. Yell as much as you want to, brother. You've been here all morning.
I'll be at the Chicago Theater this Friday night at 10 p.m. Tickets are $4.20 a pop. Let's get high and celebrate Donald Trump and unite America.
Gonna let these new
fly.
Yeah, I know. I've been here this whole morning.
That shit hilarious.
Y'all ain't coming all these
What's happening, man? What's happening?
For the last 2 years, immigrants, I'm not talking about from Mexico, immigrants from the Middle East, from China, has been coming in getting credit cards, like with thousands of dollars on the credit card, just to stand around, get regular jobs. We're talking about military age men between like 18 and like 26, or 18 and 35, something like that.
Yo, why y'all keep saying military age men, Harrell? Why y'all keep saying that, man? I ain't like, immigrants been coming in, hold on, Harrell. Immigrants been coming into this country for decades, and this is the only time, like within the last 2 years, that I keep hearing military, like, it make me feel like y'all be watching Fox News. As much as y'all be like, oh, I don't trust the news and I don't trust the government, it just sounds like y'all watch the very shit y'all think is fake.
These are like TikTok, YouTube short clips. People on their own personal phone is recording a bunch of people, like Middle Eastern looking people, that's going to every city, that's getting these welfare, like getting welfare and driver's license and public assistance with thousands of dollars on their car that just got here.
Hey, be real. We gotta be real with this though, right? If this is the land, listen though. If this is the land of opportunity, right? And then we get to a point where folks wanted to be treated equally, where equality is something that's gonna be well established. What's the issue with that shit, bro? What's the issue with everybody having the same, way to put the throw on their pants in the morning? You know what I'm saying?
When has it ever been equal? Tell me that. Where's the land of opportunity and all that?
It depends on what level of equality you coming from. Yeah, and there's land of opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It is a ceiling to it. I'm not gonna disagree with you on that, area.
But I'm talking about something totally different. I'm talking about military-aged men in the last 2 years. Like, where are they coming from? They're getting off buses, and then they hang around in the city, and they get a car. They get like an EBT car with $5,000 on it or something like that.
Now watch this, Red. How is this country? Well, look though. How is this country even established? Was it not through foreign trade policies?
It was through slavery of my ancestors.
Foreign trade policies. That's
all that. Cargo slave ships, slavery of my ancestors.
That's where you get something right. It's foreign trade policies. Right. So go ahead, Reese. Keep walking them down, Reese. Keep walking them down.
I'm just saying, like.
What are you trying to say, Reese?
How you said history repeats itself, right? If this is something that we already know that the country has been established on in the first place, then what is it?
I mean, I did used to watch porn once upon a time. I'm not fucking.
And you used to be into watching dyke porn, though?
Well, no, I've never
watched dyke porn.
No, I never watched dyke porn, but I mean.
I'm going to you, man. I mean,
I might just a little bit.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
No, I'm just trolling.
Hell nah, nigga.
No, what it is, sometimes I used to watch, I don't watch porn no more, but I used to watch Girl on Girl, and some of them used to have like the strap on with this shit. So.
Hell nah. That shit's strange. That shit too bad, ho.
I mean, I watch it before I watch 2 minutes.
Oh, man, that's strange. Nigga, I ain't talking about 2 regular lesbians. I'm talking about.
Okay, this is called Block Party Black Comedy Special.
You've reached Rewild Maine and me, Zach Ruda, currently unavailable.
shit. It's way deeper than all of that. You know what I mean? That's just shit to take your mind and entertain you. You're going on Peacock, you watching the Diddy special tonight.
No, we on track. Yesterday we was talking about John F. Williams. You familiar with that brother?
Yeah, what's going on with him? I'm not aware.
He passed away now. He was a brother from Monroe, and then he had moved to Detroit. He fought against the Ku Klux Klan in Monroe.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. We discussed him yesterday, so we on track.
This is very
You talking about Robert F. Williams?
Robert F. Williams, I'm sorry, yeah. He knew what I was talking about, though.
Do you know the conspiracy theory of George's chicken and Kentucky Fried Chicken that it was stolen from King Kunta Kinte out of Detroit City?
Hey, bro.